Hey, everybody, welcome to another fantastic edition of Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. It's your boy blah, blah, blah. It's your boy Geo here petitioning Marvel for an Inhumans Omnibus. It's Wednesday. I'm tired. I apologize. Sitting here next to me virtually on another screen is the wonderful comics guy. Lou, how you doing, man?
What's up, man? Happy Wednesday.
It's chaotic,
Mm-hmm.
but we're hanging in there.
Let's keep it tight tonight because I got testing I got to do tomorrow morning.
Oh shoot, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
James, I got an idea with that. Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you for reminding me. Broke Phil, what up? What up? Thank you for joining, everybody. So tonight, just random topics. It's not like we're going to talk about Moon Knight or anything, but yeah, we are going to talk about the Moon Knight episode 1 and 2, sort of a little recap, first impressions, review, all that fun stuff. And we also have some other news sprinkled throughout. So, actually, before we get started, let me get this out of the way. Let me thank our wonderful sponsor. That is, of course, InStockTrades.com, the official sponsor of Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. Daily deals on discounts on all things collected editions, guys. Whether you want your omnibus, trade paperback, hardcover, manga, all that fun stuff, you get it at In Stock Trades. Moon Knight, they got you covered. You can find a lot of Moon Knight books there for great prices from 42% all the way up to 65%. There's a spring sale happening. I don't know if it ended as of this video, but there was one before this live video. You can check it out going to the homepage, instocktrades.com, and checking out all the daily deals and all that fun stuff. $50 or more gets you free shipping. And of course, if you buy week to week, you get an extra 2% to that. Fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging. That's instocktrades.com. All right.
All right.
Woohoo. Evening, chaps. Marble Bab, thank you for joining, buddy. Soul Eater anime sucked. That is really unfortunate.
Oh,
That sucks. That sucks that you didn't like it. I dug it. I thought it was okay. But yeah, it doesn't compare to the manga, but it was all right. Anyways, we're not here to talk about Soul Eater. We're going to talk about some Moon Knight. We did talk about it last week. What are your first impressions of Moon Knight? Because before you get started, I looked at an article a couple hours ago because I remembered back when Captain America Winter Soldier debuted back in April 4th, 2014, I think.
yeah.
And there was an Easter egg near the end when one of the Hydra spoilers for an old movie, one of the Hydra agents disguised as a Shield agent reveals to the main cast that they're doing the project inside whatever thing, and they're targeting knowledgeable individuals in different areas. And they mention Stephen Strange, they mention somebody else, Bruce Banner, and they quickly say, and somebody in Cairo, Egypt. And everybody was excited, like, could you potentially see a Moon Knight movie? What the hell? Of course, that never happened. And fast forward, it took us a long ass time. It's 2022. And here we are talking about the first 2 episodes of Moon Knight. I found that so awesome and bonkers at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, Moon Knight is a character that it's a comic book fan's character.
Yeah.
He's not obscure. Something like a Rocket Raccoon. He's not that obscure. But Moon Knight is definitely, if you walk to somebody on the street and go, "Hey, do you like Moon Knight?" Chances are they're not gonna really know
what now?
Yeah, chances are they're not gonna know who he is. But most comic book fans or anybody that's really been into comics for a little bit, they know Moon Knight. He's not that obscure. First episode, I like the first episode more than the second episode.
I thought it was really cool. It looks amazing. I think the cinematography for the show is fantastic. I think it's one of the best ones, in my opinion, for the Disney Plus stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And let me turn on this light over here. There we go. And Oscar Isaac, I think, knocked it out of the park. I think he's a wonderful uh, character for this, to interpret the multiple angles of Moon Knight. Um, and it balanced out some horror aspects with comedy and action. And I thought it was all around a really nice pilot thing for the 6 episode show. And yeah, yeah, I kind of dug the first episode a little bit more than the second one.
Yeah, same. It's the thing is with this show is that it's so far been outside of the angle of him having multiple personalities, a pretty straightforward superhero show. You're
Yeah.
getting the origin of a hero. You're kind of getting him discovering his powers and stuff like that. You've got the main antagonist, and the main antagonist has goals, and they lay that out in the second episode more.
Hmm.
And Ethan Hawke is on a tear, dude. This year, he's got this. He's got the Black Phone that comes out later this year, which looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
He's got Northman.
Hmm.
That looks amazing as
That
well.
looks
So
fantastic. Yeah.
Hawk is getting some work, man, which is great because for the last few years he's kind of been popping up in little projects here and there. He was in Slither, which was great. He was in the Purge movie. He's done a few smaller projects here and there. But
Yeah.
man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that dude is finally coming back because I remember him in Training Day. He was great in Training Day.
Hmm.
So I'm pretty glad. I'm pretty happy about that. But overall, I'm with you. We talked about it a little bit before the show started. It's like there's not really much to say about it because it's kind of the stereotypical superhero show that we've kind of come to expect. It's nothing necessarily special, and there's nothing bad with that. But it's not a WandaVision. It's not
Or a Loki, the second
or a
half of
Loki.
Loki.
Right. It's not one of those where fuck, man, I can't absolutely wait to see what happens next. Or
Yeah.
man, this is really changing the MCU in grand ways. Granted, this is only 2 episodes in out of
Hmm.
6, so things might change along the way. But so far, I've been enjoying it for what it is. I think the main reason to watch this is definitely Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac is great. He's so good in this role. And he plays the character really well in the three and the different personalities to the point where you feel bad for this guy.
Yeah.
It sucks the situation that he's
I
in.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah. You genuinely feel bad for this guy, and it sucks the situation that he's been dealt and how he's just trying to go about and handling it.
Yeah.
I love the design of Khonshu in this. Khonshu, is that
Oh,
how
it's fantastic. I love that's part of what I love about Moon Knight is that it deals with mythology and ancient Egypt and all that stuff. So that is something that I gravitate towards, whether
Mhm.
it's like Greek mythology or Egyptian or Japanese folklore. I like that kind of stuff. So Moon Knight kind of resonates with me in that regard, and the fact that he's working in a museum, but he's doing the gift shop thing, I found really funny
Yeah.
because his origin in the comics involving the whole mercenary and archaeological digs and all that stuff. So you're like, wait, are they setting it up slightly different? But then you kind of find out that no, there's just multiple layers to his origin. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I definitely do too. I think I think that this is there the changes are going to I think anger certain diehard Moon Knight fans because there are some diehard Moon Knight fans out there.
Yes, yes.
Some of the changes that some of the liberties they take are going to anger them, but I think for the most part they stayed pretty true to the character, and I think they nailed it really well. Um, I do think that there are certain moments where some of the effects are like, this looks kind of
Especially in the second episode
yes.
when we have the Mr. Knight fight,
Oh,
it was a little
uh-oh.
bit awkward, I think.
The you cut off for a second. The Mr. Knight what?
The Mr. Knight fight with
With the
the
invisible?
yeah.
Okay, yes, I thought the same thing too, and okay, so I guess we're full on spoilers at this point, but
I mean, we're not really spoiling much, you know.
yeah,
He gets his the end of the first episode. We finally get the reveal that he's got the suit. The
yeah.
suit's kind of magical. He's sort of like a Sailor Moon type character where it just appears.
I would
He's a
love
Sailor
that.
Scout because you know Usagi defended the Earth as Sailor Moon. Now we've got Spectre as the Moon Knight, and he gets the suit.
You don't
And
know how much I would love if this turned into what is the term, like the flower power girl like transformation,
the magical girl.
the magical girl transformation that they have in anime. I would fucking love it if they did this in Moon
There
Knight.
is a crossover art from people online about them. So while we talk, let me find those because it's a
That's
pretty cool
amazing.
crossover from fan art.
Um, so yeah, that particular fight that you're talking about, where so there's a antagonist, there's a monster that he's fighting, and it's invisible. And I kind of felt like you guys did this to probably cut corners on the budget on this because even this looks kind of cheap, like the invisible stuff where they're throwing Moon Knight around and they're throwing the girl around. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
this doesn't
you
look
have
like
a jackal, a monster dog creature, and he looks amazing. But I wanted to see more of him, and you did the cop out of like, oh, regular people can't see him. Still, that's not an excuse because you're following the main character, so we should be able to see him. But I get it. You know, it's an obscure character. I wouldn't expect them to go with a full multi-million budget on this.
yeah. I love the suits. I freaking love both suits. I know you weren't crazy about the second one.
I think it's because I saw the poster where they didn't white out the eyes, so you see Oscar Isaac's eyes. That kind of freaked me out. I'm like, I don't know about that, but I do love the original,
Mm-hmm.
the suit, and I said it on Monday's show. I personally think I don't want to upset the Moon Knight purists. I think the show's suit is better than the original one. Just saying, with the
Mm,
bandages and the mummy type aesthetic, I kind of prefer that
yeah,
over what we've gotten in the comics with the original just being plain white, and then the other one, the more modern one that has black elements.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. My favorite outfit of his has always been the suit. That was a Warren Ellis thing, right?
yes,
Yeah,
I was gonna pull up the book tonight because I do have that, but I totally forgot. So apologies.
yeah.
But yeah, you can. I thought I was gonna say sorry. You can probably try and get the trade, and then Jess reminded me that is horribly out of print and somewhat
Really?
expensive online. Yes.
Stop for real.
Yeah, because of Ellis and all that.
Yeah,
I think it's going for like $80 on eBay
for a trade.
for a
Wow.
trade of 6 issues. It's insane.
Damn. Yeah, I kind of wish Ellis stuck with that book more. I know we ended up getting, was it Brian Wood that came after Ellis to do a small arc, and then Jeff Lemire picked it up?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wish Ellis stuck with it a lot more because I fucking loved that run. That
Mhm.
run was great, and it was
That's
only
a lot of
6
fun.
issues. Yeah, dude, it was a lot of fun.
Missed a chance to have him say Moon Prism Power Makeup. That would have been dope. Here's this team up, guys. Before we continue talking about Moon Knight,
Mm.
let me share this image from somebody I don't know online. God bless him. This is like top tier fan art, and I want this to happen at some point in real life.
This is great.
Takeuchi and Marvel, let's get together. Let's make it happen. Defenders of the Moon. I want this to happen. And there was another one, but I can't find it right now. So at the end of the first episode, we got the suit reveals, and then the second one I did like the whole aspect of one side of the character has one costume, and then the other aspect has the other costume. That was really cool to me.
Mhm. Yeah, that was cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, I really
And
like
the show also has the trope of, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, the villain is somewhat the same as the main hero. Like
Yes.
you see that a lot in Marvel, where like Yellow Jacket and Ant-Man, Iron Man and his villains, which are pretty similar, And now you have this with Hawk's character with Moon Knight.
Yeah,
Somewhat similar.
yeah. They explain what Ethan Hawke's relationship is to Moon Knight and to Khonshu and all that stuff in the second episode. And I was like, okay, well, you're giving him a little bit of motivation and stuff like that. Okay, we can get down with that. Is so you know more about Moon Knight than I do. Is
Oh,
Ethan
not a
Hawke,
lot, but let's go.
is Ethan Hawke's character from the comics? I know the Gator is.
Yeah, he is, but I have to admit I've not read a ton of material, so I can't tell you like, oh yeah, he appeared in this and that. But he is from the comics, serving a very similar purpose of his origin and all that stuff, from what I can remember.
So this wasn't something that this was just strictly for the show. They pulled from the comics on this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
But the thing with Moon Knight is he doesn't. I mean, yes, he has a rogues gallery, but I mean, comic book readers didn't even know. Sorry about Moon Knight. They're not going to know about his rogues gallery because this is the type of comic book character that it's like within the already tiny niche.
Right.
Unfortunately, it's like me with Black Bolt and Medusa. Not all your comic book readers might know who the hell the Inhumans are. So that's sort of the same with Moon Knight.
Right. It's a thing where those that love Moon Knight love Moon Knight. They really, really love the character, and they've read the Brian Michael Bendis stuff. They've read, his first appearance, the Warren Ellis stuff, Lemire, all that. So,
what did you think of Khonshu's voice, which I thought was pretty interesting?
I dig it. I think it's cool. Is that Oscar Isaac that's doing the voice?
No, that is Oscar award-winning actor F. Murray Abraham.
I don't know who that is.
He has done a lot of voiceover work, and I'm pulling up his credits here, which include recent stuff like Isle of Dogs, How to Train Your Dragon. He won an Oscar for the piano movie. What was it? Amadeus.
Okay. All right.
So he's got a very regal accent, which I did not expect. I thought they were going to go something a little bit more elemental because of the design of the bird beak and all that stuff and being a mummy. Yeah. But I dug it. I'm like, okay, cool. Khonshu's got a thespian British accent. Let's go. That's dope. Khonshu's voice reminds me of Venom. Yeah, he's got a little bit of that sass to him. I dig it. He isn't like super stoic. He can throw jabs at the characters.
Yeah, I can see that. But overall, man, I mean, we've only seen 2 episodes so far. I'm excited to see more, but it's not quite that thing where I'm like, I wake up Wednesday morning just a little bit early to watch it before anything gets spoiled online or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's not there. Because that's how I was with Loki, and that's how I was with WandaVision. I was like, man, I can't wait to wake up Wednesday morning, well, Friday at the time, Friday morning, I'm gonna set my alarm a little bit earlier, sit down and watch this episode, because I know if I don't, I'm gonna get spoiled. Yeah. So it's not quite there. I was that way with Peacemaker as well.
Oh yeah.
Where Peacemaker, I woke up early to watch it.
I remember. Yes. Also, the fact that this show is actually how do I say this? It's the most current show in the Marvel Cinematic Universe timeline. They put out a little graph of all the shows, including the movies, minus Incredible Hulk, which is hilarious that it's streaming on HBO Max. I love that. That is so random. They couldn't secure the rights to that, of course, because it's Universal.
Yeah.
So if you want to see it streaming, you got to go to HBO Max to watch a small part of the MCU. And they don't have Disney Plus doesn't have the Spider-Man movies, right? Not yet.
No. Disney. That's a Sony thing. And here's the thing: Sony has it on. This is the stupidest thing. On their own streaming platform. But here's the thing: the only way to get that streaming platform is you need to buy one of their 2 right now top tier TVs. I think it's XBR line or something like that. And they have their own streaming platform just on those 2 of their top tier TVs, and that's where you can stream it and pick it up.
That's
Or you can,
convoluted.
yeah, it's the dumbest thing. Or you could go on Amazon Prime and you could rent it like anything else. But if you want to just strictly stream it on a streaming service, that's the way you have to go. I think.
Yeah.
Or it might be on Peacock. I'm not exactly sure, but that's how I think it is. I know for sure the newest one to stream it is on that website, is on their platform.
My
But
God.
everything else is to buy it. It's the most convoluted mess. Everything else is to buy it so far.
Wow. Yeah, that's weird. Here's the timeline that I mentioned. This is the official timeline in chronological order of all the MCU stuff, minus Hulk and Spider-Man, which, they're not on here. But as you can see, Moon Knight is right after Hawkeye. So that's pretty cool. I like that they even included the shorts that nobody watched. That's cool. Good for them.
I never finished Agent Carter.
I never bothered with it.
Yeah.
I think I saw maybe one episode randomly on TV back in the day, and I dropped it. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't care. I did like that they added Jarvis, like the real Jarvis, to the MCU. That was cool. But everything else, I'm like, that's okay. I'm good.
Yeah, I never saw Agent Carter. You know what's missing from this, Gio?
What?
The Inhumans.
Fuck. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I mean, we're 20 minutes in. It's all right. I can curse.
I'm sorry.
Every day. Yeah, it's not on here. Jesus,
it's not on here.
That's true. I mean, I know you're making the joke because I'm going to be upset, and it's true. But they didn't even include the ABC show.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't on here.
It is.
Is it?
Wait. No, it's not on here. But you do have the one shots with Coulson, so that kind of counts. I don't know. No, but yeah, it doesn't matter because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. it's like its own pocket mirror universe or whatever. I don't know. It was a fun show, but I'm not too bothered by it not being in the timeline.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You know, it honestly amazes me that we have basically the entire MCU on Disney Plus. It's wild to me that if I want to watch Iron Man through pretty much the whole entirety of the MCU, I can go and order and watch the entire thing, with a few exceptions like the Incredible Hulk and the Spider-Man movies.
Mm-hmm.
That's so crazy to me.
That's awesome. Yeah, you can go ahead and be excited by some movies and be disappointed by some that I'm looking at right now. I'm not going to name any names, like, Eternals, Ant-Man and Wasp,
Captain Marvel,
Thor 2. But yeah, good for everybody. We can all watch those movies. Here is, I'm being sassy, guys. Don't get upset because people hear that and they stand the freaking MCU and they start disliking videos.
I don't get that because the MCU isn't this perfect run of movies.
It isn't?
No.
What?
No. They've had a few duds here and there, man. Most recently, Eternals, which to this day is the only MCU film I've fallen asleep in.
Yeah. It was not good.
The Eternals wasn't that good. It looked pretty.
Oh, it looked amazing. I love the visuals for that movie, except the actual movie itself, which I did not like. I wanted to show something. What was it? Oh, this thing. It's something minor and silly. People were sharing this still from episode 2 because of the show doesn't have a lot of Easter eggs, which is great. Because you can focus on the story and characters and not be bothered by, Easter eggs of this other thing and that other thing, and let's cram everything in there. They mentioned they're not worried about continuity. They're doing their own thing, which is what needs to happen. I don't think you need to stuff 100 Easter eggs per episode to connect everything. Let's just enjoy the story for what it is. However, there are a couple of nods in the first episode. I don't know if you read, but one of the scenes in the museum, there's a QR code, and if you actually scan it with your phone, it gives you the first comic of Moon Knight to read.
Yes. I
So
saw
that was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
And in this one, the big Easter egg is this thing, the GRC, which is the global the thing that they introduced in Falcon and Winter Soldier with the Flag Smashers. The organization for the refugees after Thanos.
Global Reuniting Center or something like that.
Yeah, essentially all the refugees after the what's it called, the blip, when everybody came back. Now they don't have any homes and all that stuff. So this thing, they're helping people out worldwide. So that was nice to see that referenced. So it takes part post blip in the current timeline. And I think I saw another Easter egg for Werewolf by Night, which is where Moon Knight debuted. Global Refugee Center. Is that it? Or the relocation? Global. One of those things. Whatever. It doesn't matter. That dumb thing from that show.
That show started out so good. And then
it had a lot of potential.
Oh my God.
And it had probably one of the strangest villains, turning the Flag Smashers into what they did with the little girl. I'm like, I don't know about that.
It did not work for me, like that show, almost at all. It started out great. It started out really strong. You're looking at the character of Falcon, and it's like, wow, I have the mantle of Captain America. Holy shit, this is really huge. How do I carry this on?
I don't want it.
Huh?
He's like, nah, I don't want it.
No, I don't want it. Yeah.
Here's the shoe.
Yeah.
Hayden coming in clutch. The Global Repatriation Council, is that how you say it? Whatever, that thing. There we go. Thank you.
Nerds.
Oh, yeah, right. So also Falcon and Winter Soldier. Falcon was straight up murdering people at the beginning of that show. It was exploding helicopters and taking bad guys out, and then he had Falcon Jr. I forgot his name. He gets the suit later on. It was the Latino character. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
But I know in the comics he's like Falcon Jr. or whatever with the green outfit. It was all right. And then it was just like, I want this to end. I never want to rewatch that show again. I'm sorry, guys.
Ooh.
I did not like it. I watched it out of commitment because I want to see everything adapted. I watch all the good stuff and all the bad stuff.
Yeah, you know what my biggest I've told you this before. My biggest sin for that show is what they did to the Winter Soldier. Because you look at the Winter Soldier in his own film, dude's a fucking animal.
The Terminator.
He's the Terminator for all intents and purposes. And you look at him here, and it's like, this is not the same. Like, I get character development and character growth, but you've kind of stripped the character of what makes him cool.
Yeah. From an aesthetic point of view, and then the fanboy in you want to see that ferocity still when he fights and all that stuff. But he's so watered down that I'm like, do you even have the super strength serum anymore?
It doesn't seem like it. It really doesn't.
I don't know. Yeah. He was a freaking machine. Because Marvel.
Yeah.
I miss Winter Soldier, the movie. That was such a great movie. It's still my favorite MCU thing ever.
Like, there's that scene there's that scene in the building where they're fighting against each other, and he gets his metal arm disabled.
Yeah.
And it catches him off guard, which is fine, but you can't tell me that the Winter Soldier from the first movie would have been like, fuck it, I'm gonna keep going without this arm.
Yep, exactly. They need to I don't know the meme, or I probably shouldn't talk about it. Never mind. There's a meme on TikTok about like John Lennon, but whatever. If you're on TikTok, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, whatever. There's Russian spies and all that. Um, I get it from a character standpoint, but yeah, I agree. Right? Um, he had the voice of David Hayter from AKA Snake. He had the voice of it.
Yeah, I
Well,
love it.
inspired by, right? Anyways, Moon Knight is very different. It's a lot
Mhm,
more grounded, even though it's fantastical because Egyptian gods.
mhm.
And I hope we see the other god, which I'm blanking on the name now, with the crocodiles. Her name, I forgot her name. Uh, I'm such a great fanboy for this. Hold on, let me check it out. Let me Google this.
You're good, man.
I
Did
got a
you?
million things in my head. I can't remember every name. Sorry.
You're good. Did you see the new Strange trailer?
Oh, I did. Yes,
Mm.
I thought that was a lot of fun. I'm super excited for the movie. It looks like we're gonna get a lot of surprises out of it.
Yeah, you know what I'm excited about? The runtime. Thank you, Sam Raimi.
How long is it?
2 hours and 6 minutes.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
am
that's a,
all for. I am all for a shorter movie now because everything seemingly wants to hit that 3 hour mark lately.
yeah. Amit, thank
I
you,
mean,
thank you. I was just checking that out. She has the head of a crocodile, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. I hope it happens because at the end of episode 2, we're going to someplace really cool. That's very arid and deserty.
Arizona.
Spoilers. We're going to Egypt.
Wow.
So technically, you could have a Marvel mummy movie in the
Ooh.
works. If you're gonna go to the pyramids, some supernatural stuff, I'm all up for that. I think episodes 3 to 6 are gonna be much better than the first two,
I think
just
so.
for that alone.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, did we miss anything for Moon Knight before we move on to something else?
No, not really. I mean, he kind of looked like Deadpool with the white suit a little bit.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and because you don't
Yeah.
see his mouth moving, and he's got the stitch.
You know, I think what kills it, I think you nailed it. And what makes it look so much like Deadpool, the eyes, the glowing eyes.
Yeah. Let me look for this poster, which I'm sorry, this kind of freaks me out. Not in a good way.
Mm.
This thing. Da, da, da. I thought this was going to be the final look, but I'm very glad we're getting, or we got the glowing eyes.
Yeah.
Let me copy an image here. I'm very glad that we got this instead. Because seeing the eyes, it's like the recent Batman stuff where you
Mm.
see his eyes all the time from Christian Bale and all that. Up till now, I'm like, I don't know about that. I'd rather see the comic booky stuff with the lenses for all the cowls
You
and
used to,
masks.
but you still have not seen the Batman, right?
No, I'm waiting for the HBO Max drop.
Okay. I will say, um, they use the eyes in that movie to great effect.
Okay, cool.
Because this is the first Batman movie where Robert Pattinson is in the bat suit way more than he is outside of it. Like he's probably in the bat suit about 95% of the movie.
I read something like that on one of the
Yeah.
movie reviews. Yeah.
So he uses the fact that he uses it a lot.
Oh, by the way, we didn't talk about this.
Mm.
Or maybe we did in the private chat, in our chat. They released that Joker footage, and I saw it. Pretty hot take, in my opinion. I didn't like it.
Wow.
I didn't like it at all, and I could see why they cut it. Not because of bad acting or any of that,
Mm.
because it doesn't. Without seeing the movie, I can understand why you would cut something like that out of it, because that would take the focus away from everything else. But I don't know. I'm not sold on that Joker. And I get it, disfigured year 2. He's probably recovering from the acid bath or whatever. But I don't know. It was a little bit too odd for my taste.
Yeah, they went. Well, the whole thing about the Batman is that it's supposedly really gritty and really realistic. Even a little bit more so than the Nolan stuff. And apparently, this version of the Joker had like this disorder which kept his face always in a smile and all. I mean, it is what it is. Technically, that scene isn't canon because it's a deleted scene, even though. Oh no, never mind. I'm not gonna ruin the movie for you.
I know he appears, but
Yeah.
he's not mentioned or like named or anything. You just know him
Yes.
as a Arkham dude.
Yeah, he appears, but you don't even really get a good look at him per se
Yeah.
in the movie. So if they wanted to, they could still change the design up and make it work a little bit more. Which I could see them probably doing
Yeah.
in the next film or whenever. Even though Matt Gates, I think that's what his name is. Matt Reeves has come
The
out. And
director
said,
Reeves, yeah.
the director Matt Reeves has come out and said he's not 100% sure if the Joker will be in the next Batman film or anything like that.
I hope not.
I hope
I'm
not.
Jokered out.
Don't. I'm so done with the Joker. If anything, my thing is if you're gonna put him in there, why don't you just have him like a Hannibal Lecter? He shows
Yeah.
up 5-10 minutes. That's about it.
Yeah. Or leave him to your final act of your trilogy
Yeah.
and give us other stuff. Because Gotham is huge and there are so many cool characters that you can use. Please do not go back and rely on the clutch of Joker. I
Right.
mean,
Right. Because we're already repeating the villains already. We're already going through and doing the same villains that we did before. Are
Yep.
we gonna do Two-Face in the next one, or let's? He's got a huge rogues gallery. Let's go for something else.
or give me a Luchador Bane. Just saying.
I would like that.
I would like to see that. Hayden, I love this comment. They got the Wish version of Ezra Miller to wear the Joker prosthetic from Gotham and do a weak Heath Ledger impression.
Hold on one second. Oh, Geo stalled out. Hold on. Geo.
It's kind of late. No, they can't prove that it's
Hello?
on my hand.
Am I still live? Hello? Did we? Anybody there? This isn't good. Hello. Oh. Anybody in the chat? Bum, bum, ba-dum. Somebody in the chat tell me if I'm still here. Okay, cool. All right, so you guys can hear me. So yeah, my wife just found a piece of hair in her soup. That's what she was telling me that we ordered from a Chinese place. So that's been going on. We're not eating that food anymore. So yeah, we were talking about the Batman and everything that's going on with it, and I didn't hate the Joker scene. I think for the most part, the Joker scene is something that could have absolutely have been cut out. I'm glad. I should rephrase that. I'm glad that the Joker scene is something that was cut out because honestly, it kind of kills the pacing of the film a little bit. And for the most part, you've already got a film that is really way too long. And while I enjoyed it, I think that it would have flowed a little bit better for me if they just cut some stuff out, honestly. 3 hours is a big ask for me. And I kind of found myself just nodding off a little bit towards the middle part of the movie. What really brought me back was that part where you see the Batmobile fire up again. That was just great. Kevin Del Roca says, you don't need the Joker to do a good/great Batman story. That is very true. You absolutely do not. I'm waiting to see if Geo pops back in here. Yeah, there's so many different villains. Man, you could even go obscure with it. You could even go kind of funny with it. You could do Condiment King, which I have always been a Condiment King fan. I would like to see that. Kite Man, we know Kite. Here's the thing: Kite Man is canon, but he's canon within the Peacemaker stuff. So there's that. Let's see. Did Ratatouille make the soup? No, Ratatouille did not make the soup. Unfortunately.
Oh.
So my wife is dealing with that right now, and she's completely disgusted because she ate a good chunk of it earlier.
A chunk of the hair?
A chunk of the soup.
Thank you for clarifying.
So I think we have completely lost Geo. Tell you what, if we have lost Geo, I'm gonna go another 5 minutes, and then I actually am gonna call this because I have to be up early. Right. Hayden, they could do a ventriloquist in the Reeves series and make him creepy as fuck. I would love a ventriloquist movie. And a name that's been bandied about a lot is the Court of Owls. And I think the Court of Owls would 100% be awesome in this series. And in a way, it ties into the whole Bruce's family wasn't exactly as innocent as they kind of appear to be on the surface. That was the whole deal with this movie, where we find out that Bruce's family is a little bit, they've got some shady stuff going on in their past. So you can introduce the Court of Owls and how that relates to Bruce's family, because if you know anything in that arc, the Court of Owls is heavily tied into Bruce's family, which, come on, man. If you have not read Scott Snyder's, that first particular arc of Court of Owls, it's great stuff. You do owe it to yourself to check it out. So I'm going to do the plug, InStockTrades.com, ladies and gentlemen, where you can buy your Omnibus hardcovers, collected editions, and all that good stuff up to 50% off, guys. They have amazing packaging, amazing service. I have ordered plenty of stuff from In Stock Trades back when I was doing really hardcore collecting in my heyday, and I never had a bad experience with them. They are the number one website right now out there to pick up collected editions and all that stuff. So giving Geo a couple more minutes to pop back in here and we'll see. They could give us, Kevin De La Roca says, they can give us Deathstroke, Lady Shiva, and Copperhead. I think that'd be awesome. I would really like a Deathstroke series. All right, we got a message from Geo saying, give me a minute. Sorry. Especially now that the court is appearing in more adapted media like Gotham and the new video game. Yeah, Court of Owls is really interesting because I don't think we've had... I'm trying to think of a last kind of faction or a last villain that we've had that has made as huge of an impact comic-wise on pop culture over the last few years. Because I remember when Court of Owls was first introduced, everybody had that same thing of, man, I would really love to get a Court of Owls mask. I think the Court of Owls is awesome. I love them. I'm going to dress up as them as Con. I remember going to MegaCon. It was probably, I don't know, the 2012 was New 52, right? 2012, something like that. 2010. It was probably that next year, 2013, when I went to MegaCon. And you would see people just dressed up in nice suits, and they'd have the Court of Owl mask. It was very creepy. Absolutely creepy. I had bought there was an edition that came out. I will always remember this. There was an edition that came out a few years after that had the trade paperback version of the first volume, and you picked up the Court of Owls mask inside of it. It was actually really cool. Punchline was when she first came out, but almost no one talks about her. Was she? I kind of feel like Punkline. I kind of feel like Punchline was a character that fell off pretty quickly or really wasn't well liked by comic book fans. I know I didn't like her at all. You know, I completely hate it, and I completely forgot that they are doing the HBO Max spinoff show for the Court of Owls, not Court of Owls, the HBO Max spinoff show dealing with kind of the Penguin and how that's going to set up more of that universe. I'm wondering if they're going to even have Pattinson maybe show up for like a little cameo or something like that in the suit. I'm hoping not. Really want to see the Penguins rise to power and all that stuff they're going to play with. My biggest fear with this is honestly is that with this being so grounded and it being established and set up that this is what the universe is, that they are afraid to kind of not they're afraid to go with the more crazier Batman villains, something like Man-Bat or Clayface, which I have been dying for a Clayface movie for years. I've been dying for them to I think Clayface is one of those characters that you can absolutely do a standalone Clayface film and it would work. I think he lends himself to that, and it could be kind of like a pseudo Joker film where you're examining what it's like to get old in Hollywood, and when you start getting older, you don't get as many roles and stuff like that. You could even make it a thing about beauty and the obsession that we have with beauty and social media. There are so many different ways that you could go with a Clayface kind of film, and how we get caught up in that, and the character ends up slowly losing it. I think it could work. I think it would really work. You could really do a lot of body horror stuff with Clayface if you get the right director to do it. And I think that'd be really cool.
Got a refund.
Update. My wife got a refund on her hair soup. So she's really happy about that. So do you want to order another one?
No, thank you.
You good? You good for the night? Okay. Clayface, Solomon Grundy, yeah, lots of possible villains out there. They're doing the GCPD show, to which would be great for behind the scenes corruption and strings pulling the court. That'd be fun. Guys, you know what? I think they could do a Fantastic Freeze movie going off of the tragedy of the character. That's another one. They didn't charge extra for the special ingredient. No, they did not charge extra for the special ingredient. We're very thankful for that. Guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it. I haven't heard from Gio in a few minutes. And like I said, I got to be up early because we have to do state testing tomorrow. So if you guys know anything, I work at a school and we are starting state testing tomorrow. And I have to sit in a room and read instructions and then pretty much do nothing for about 3 to 4 hours while kids test. It's not the most exciting day for me, to be honest. All right, guys. So once again, instocktrades.com. We love them. Gabe and I, we are planning to do a Patreon show this Saturday at 8 o'clock. If you have not checked out our Patreon, please check it out down below. It's $5, guys. For $5 a month, you get to hang out with Gabe and I at least once a month. And we end up shooting the shit and talking about a lot of different stuff that we can't talk about here. I know this Saturday, Gabe is going to be talking about his experience at the convention that he was at. And I'm personally really looking forward to that. $5, it's found in the description below and helps us out a lot. So, and if you don't get a chance to catch the show, Gabe posts the show up a little bit later. So there's literally hours of content that you guys haven't seen. Please check it out. All right, guys. So I'm going to let you all go. Have a good night. Bye.
Hello. Can the chat hear me? This is an awkward stream. If the chat is still here, I see 2 people, 3 people on. Let me know if you can hear me before we can start wrapping up this show, this strange Moon Knight edition show of the what do you call it? Omnibros Live here on YouTube. So I do hope the audio is, at least it's working. I had a little power outage, and for some stupid reason, my phone's hotspot decided not to work at all. So I couldn't contact my co-host so that he could stall for a minute. So thank you. Ice Phoenix and James still in the chat. All right, let's see if I can. I don't want to activate the camera because I'm using my phone, and I don't know if that's gonna hog the little, what little bandwidth is available when the power goes out and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna do the voice here portion. Yeah, so that's fun. I'm gonna edit this out later and do something creative with it. But just in case, I do want to give a shout out to the wonderful folks at instocktrades.com for making it happen. I know it's a little bit awkward, but you know, we gotta pay the bills and all that fun stuff. So thank you to IST for always having our backs and sponsoring Omnibros Live here on the show. Your home for all things collected editions. If you want all your Moon Knight comics and all that fun stuff, you get it at IST. All the hardcovers, omnis, trade paperbacks, manga, all that fun stuff. You get it at In Stock Trades. Daily deals up to 65% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that if you order on a week by week basis. And what else? Fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging at instocktrades.com, the official sponsor of Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. All right. Yeah. Ice, thank you. Thank you. Gio, have you heard about the My Hero Academia box set and the Bleach 20th Anniversary Edition manga volume 1? That was on the agenda tonight. Let's see if I can pull that up and at least mention that, right? Give me a second here. I'm going to get the image, although it's not going to be super exciting. You know what? Screw it. You can sort of see my face. There you go. Hope it works. Hope it's all working just fine. Yeah. So I'm loading up the Right Stuff page so I can share the screen for just a brief second here. Actually, I'm going to put up my tablet next to me so that I can at least have some extra light. I don't think it's going to do much. Yeah, not at all. Sorry. I'm using the stupid laptop webcam. That doesn't work. Manga, there we go. So some cool stuff that's coming out that I was surprised to see. We are getting a Bleach 20th Anniversary Edition manga volume 1. You might be wondering, what the hell's that? Well, it is labeled here. Let me share my screen. There we go. Over here. Oh, you're not going to let me do this? What happened to this thing? Now I got to open... I got to open the thing. This is so professional. I love it. Okay, later. Sure. Okay, window. There we go. Okay, so supposedly it's working. The Bleach 20th Anniversary Edition manga volume is coming out. Here we go. There we go. There it is. Celebrate 20 years of Bleach with this exclusive volume featuring cover art from the series launch back in August 20th, 2001. So you can see they're releasing that in August of this year to commemorate. That's pretty cool. I might actually get this. It's a nice little collectible, and it won't send you back because it's the price of a regular manga volume at $10. And if you order through Right Stuff and In Stock Trades, you can get it at a discount. That's going to be great. The other thing that was announced is, let's see if I can do this, which I did not see coming, but it doesn't surprise me in the slightest, is I didn't see the comment. Sorry. Do you think they will do more than the first volume? Honestly, I don't think so. I don't know. My internet's crapping out. Let me stop the camera. There we go. So the other thing that we're getting is a My Hero Academia box set, which has the first 20 volumes, as well as bonus illustration booklets and a double-sided poster of My Hero Academia. We knew this was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to happen so quickly, but that's awesome. You can see the box here. I'm not typically a huge fan of box sets. The chipboard box thing, you're just doing a box with the regular volumes inside. I don't know. I'm not too big into them, but I know a lot of people get them because you save money, getting a series that way. So that's always fun. So yeah, that one is set for October at $144 through In Stock Trades and Right Stuff and all those other websites. So that's going to be exciting. And that's it. Sorry for the hasty exit here. I just want to wrap up the video, and later I'll edit this portion out, the huge gap when Lou left, because I'm the one that could end the broadcast. So we'll do that, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. Stay safe, everybody. Bye.